was your assessment first, Richard?
Yeah, I thought first half, obviously field position and an opportunity to play down their end were limited. But I thought apart from the one blip on the right side for the try, I thought we held up defensively very, very well. Having to defend his own half. And we thought if we could turn that on its head in the second half, we'd get opportunity to come back and win the game. And you know what, I thought we did. I thought we earned the right and a lot more field position. But we just couldn't find that killer punch on the end of it. Some of our good ball, we kicked the ball away a little bit impatiently at times and came up with some pretty poor kick finishes. When you're down there, you need to mount a little bit more pressure than that, and we just couldn't find that killer play. We nearly did, and I thought the drop goal before half time, on the grand scheme of things, really came into it. We were 3 points down, not 2. We could have levelled that up a couple of times. And I thought the drop goal were a disappointing. I felt we should have had a penalty down that end. I think it was Sam Powell stood in the ruck, and maybe we could have had a penalty and been kicking 2 points on half time ourselves. But that's not why. That's certainly not why we lost. I thought in the grand scheme of things it played a part in the game, but we did have enough possession down there to come away with a little bit more. But I will credit the opposition. I thought defensively, they were pretty strong, and it took a couple of decent plays from both teams to prise open them defences.
The players were pretty frustrated at times with some decisions. Were the coaches frustrated as well?
Yeah, probably, but that's the way it is, isn't it?
Tony Club looked like he dropped that.
But yep.
Makes no difference, does it?
Oh, the last try, whatever it sort of says on the scoreboard, I can understand why we're trying to chip and chase out of his own 20, because we've got to get the other end and score. Maybe he should have gone to the screen and see him drop it. I suppose it hurts our for and against a bit, but I still look at that and think we had enough possession second half to come through and create more opportunities than what we probably did. But having said that, I probably look at the bigger picture, and 3 or 4 weeks ago when we talked about a starting point, polishing up our good ball attack probably want the top of the list of priorities. So if we're talking about that's what we've got to work on moving forward, I think it's a real credit to the players that they're endeavouring to fix up what have been some of the difficult areas for them this year. And again, I think defensively, we withstood a fair bit tonight.
The news has broken of Callum Watkins' move
Yeah.
at the end of this month. What do you want to see from him over the next 2 games?
What we've been seeing, for the last sort of month, really, that's massive committed efforts and leading by example. And he's been great for us. He really has. Again, I'm fairly new to the coaching staff here, so I probably don't feel qualified to talk about Callum's contribution to this club. I can tell you as an opposing coach, the game's sort of played on splits and numbers now, and if it's middle of the field you have 5 defenders, or a bit wider 6 defenders. Callum's a player that if you had 5 defenders and they had 3 attackers, you were still nervous. And sometimes Leeds would throw the ball to him and come up with miracle stuff. So he's, what he's done and achieved for Leeds will obviously go down in history. For us over the next couple of weeks, we know he'll be 100% and fully committed like he has been.
How do you think he'll get on down under?
I don't know too much about it really at the moment. No, I'm not. It's time for Gold Coast. Yeah, I understood sort of early this morning. Really, I think it's all come about really quickly. No, he'll do great. What
are the emotions like in the dressing room? Obviously, with news coming out after a defeat, how is everyone? How's that been?
Emotions about the defeat, or?
Well, I guess the defeat and Callum as well.
Oh, it come out about 5 minutes ago, so I think most guys are in shower. Callum spoke to the guys, but I think the bulk of the emotion came around the fact that he decided he were going to seek a new challenge 2 weeks ago, is it? Something like that. So yeah, I think we got most of it out of the way really, and I think everybody sort of knows that Callum's been, I guess, speaking to other clubs in league and union.
You start to look to bring somebody in within the next few weeks?
Say again, sorry.
You've got room in the cap now, haven't you? Did you start to look to bring somebody else in?
Oh, I'm not sure of the cap situation. You need to ask Kevin about that. I think obviously if we're losing Callum and it creates some space, then yeah, just what position we look to bring him in and who's available. I don't think there's any point bringing anybody in unless they're going to enhance and improve our team.